Izumi Nobutsuna was a renowned samurai in 16th century Japan. He is credited with improving upon the Kaidru, Shadow School, style of sword fighting and coming up with his own school called Shinkatru, New Shadow School. While other schools were focused on dealing the maximum amount of damage as fast as possible, Shinkatru is more defensive, relying on a low stance and protecting the body, at least until you could deal that one blow that could finish the duel, as it also relies on the concept of the sword of only one cut. While his early history involves quite a bit of losing and running away from battles, especially during clan battles in the Highlands, his sword fighting career began when he got into an argument with a senior officer fighting in the 9 Years' War. He figured that learning how to fight himself was the best way forward, though because of his temper, he couldn't stay in any one regiment. The Sengoku period was also the backdrop for the rise of one of the greatest samurai to have ever lived, Tsukahara Bakuden. If records are anything to go by, Bakuden never lost a duel in his life, defeating adversaries who were much more experienced than him. 5. He fought numerous duels with some of the best fighters around the country and taught many important figures of that time, the most notable being Shogun Ashikaga Yashitaru. Johannes Liechtenauer was one of the most influential fencing masters from the German style of fencing, and his influence can still be seen in modern fencing traditions. Born in 14th century Germany, he traveled far and wide, picking up sword fighting techniques from many places in Europe and beyond before coming up with his own. Joseph Tholone, Chevalier de St. George's, was one of the best swordsmen in Europe in the late 18th century. Born on the Caribbean island of Guadeloupe, which was under French rule at the time, he was an illegitimate son of a plantation owner and an African slave. He eventually moved to mainland France and soon proved himself to be gifted at many things, including fencing, music composition, and playing the violin. Another one of Japan's legendary sword masters to emerge out of the Sengoku period, Ito Itasaike Hizo was a gifted fighter since his childhood. Born on a small island east of the Izu Peninsula, his life was essentially a series of ever-escalating fights that he kept winning. When he was 14, he challenged an famous kendo master and emerged victorious. A local priest was so impressed by it that he gifted Ito a legendary sword, which started his career as a certified badass. Contrary to popular, and controversial, belief, the early Muslim kingdoms did invade a significant part of Europe. The Iberian Peninsula had been under attack from the Moors, a European word for the invading Moroccan armies, for quite some time by the 11th century. It was a successful campaign, too, as they had conquered most of the Iberian Peninsula by that time and ruled it until the end of the 15th century. Another legendary samurai born in the Sengoku period, Sasaki Kojiro, is regarded as one of the most skilled swordsmen to have ever lived. Due to missing records, it's unclear exactly how he started, though we know that he was trained in many styles of fighting. While he is generally regarded as a master of the Chujō-ri school, he was equally good with the no-dachi, a longer version of the traditional katana. It's said that despite its heavier frame, Kojiro was able to wield the no-dachi with incredible speed and swiftness. Fiore de Liberi is the author of one of the oldest surviving treatises on fencing, Flower of Battle, as well one of the best swordsmen and fencing masters of medieval Europe. Even if the actual techniques mentioned in it are of no use in the modern era, it's still extensively studied by students and YouTube martial arts gurus alike. Minamoto Yoshitsune is one of the more well-known samurai in Japanese history. Not only was he a capable warrior, but he was also a brilliant strategist. He was one of the sons of Minamoto Yoshitomo, head of a powerful samurai clan in 12th century Japan, who was killed in his war against the rival Taira clan. Fortunately for the history books, and unfortunately for the Tairas, they spared Yoshitsune.